Hey everybody, it's Kathy here, and it is Friday, so that means our new series, Friday Faves, where I am scrap lifting inspiration from around the world. And this week I'm choosing to lift ArtsyLC from scrapbook.com, one of my most favourite artists over on scrapbook.com, and I'm going to use her layout today. So the whole concept of this weekly hop is that I will choose my favourite that I find from anywhere. It could be Facebook, could be Pinterest, could be scrapbook.com, could be off anywhere. And I'm going to scrap lift it my way. So you saw Artsy's great layout at the beginning, and I have covered up the face so that you can't see the person because that's just a privacy thing. And I'm going to use this Vicky Bouton paper here as my base. Now she had a left-hand panel and a right-hand panel on hers, and they joined with a landing strip through the middle. So that's what I'm going to copy today, and then I'm going to turn it into mine. So the whole concept of this is that you'll get to see, just like a sketch, how I scrap lift other people and turn their creations into mine, making it that much different. So she had two circles on hers, so I've gone out with my circle cutters and I have cut two. This is a beach layout. Hers is of a little girl with little girly accoutrements, and so it just shows you how you can use the same concept, the same main structure, and then create your own layout. So why not have a go? Once you have a think about somebody's layout and you want to see it in your own albums, just copy it, scrap lift it. As my old uni lecturer used to say when we were first starting to be teachers and learning to write essays and so forth, reference it, acknowledge where you got it from, but remember, nothing is ever truly original. There has always been someone who has thought about it, seen it, or done it before, and you've probably come across it in your own way when you create your layouts by seeing something that you've seen somewhere, whether it was a magazine, whether it was online, whether it's an old layout that you've done once before. So just have a go, and scrap lifting is the best way to do that. So I love scrap lifting. I think it's the most creative way of getting all our layouts done, and it inspires you to turn things your way. So in my one, I'm now going to distress ink the edges of all my papers just to lift them up off that background and to add a little bit of heritage feel to the layout. And I'm using my gathered twigs here. That's one of my favourite ink distresses to use on paper to give it that smoky, vintagey feel to the layout. Now that I've done that, I can now start pulling it together, and I'm just going to put down the first of the circles, and then I'll pull down the vertical strips that are running down the page, and you can see that I've married the colours from the photo. Now all of these papers in the strips here are just leftovers. I liked the black bubbly effect there because it's like the ocean and the bubble and the waves, so that's why I put that one there. I love that there's the two circles, and I've put the blues of the waves and the sky through those colours there. And I've got the golds here of the sand in the diamond pattern. Now the patterns also mimic her shirt. So this is my youngest at the beach in her fine natural habitat. We've always called her the mermaid that has escaped from the ocean, and she's just standing there just like a typical young lady of the new millennia, phone in hand, iced coffee in the other hand, on the beach enjoying the waves. So I just had to capture that moment, and that's what I'm doing here. Now Artsy has also got washi down the centre here of her vertical strips, so I've added arrow washi in place. And then I'm putting in my photo here, and I have double matted my photo like she has. Then Artsy had all the randomized string baker's twine she used, and I'm using jute. Mine's reflective of the beach, and jute's a great way to reflect the beach feel. So I'm just going to glue it into place so it looks a little bit random. I will put things on it to make it stick in place for a little while just to hold it so that it can dry and put some strength behind it before I start creating the clusters. And I'm going to repeat it again up here in the top left hand corner. Now I'm trying to make it look a little bit random, but it's going to look very staged. Other people manage to do it so easily, and I just try very hard, but it still manages to look staged, not actually random. But that's okay, it all comes together in the end. I'm going to put 3-dimensional flowers onto this one. I want to build up clusters down the bottom here. I've cut out some Vicky Burton butterflies here, which I'm also going to put. Now, Artsy had butterflies on hers, and I'm going to have butterflies on mine. I'm just putting in the blues and the whites of the flowers. They match the colour of the ocean behind my daughter in the photo. So that's how I've chosen the colours for the cluster. And I do love how they just are not overpowering the photo, but complementing the photo. And the butterflies are just that perfect little extra touch. And the colours of that butterfly are in the blacks and the oranges and the blues, which are the colours of the photo. So that's very important when you're building up your clusters and your embellishments, that you do complement, not overpower. I'm just going to tuck in a couple more little mulberry paper flowers, and these ones are in a peachy pinky colour, and that's going to reflect the sand and also the papers. And you can see how this is all just marrying in and just blending beautifully. So regardless of your stash, you can make it work if you concentrate on the colour. It doesn't have to all be from a particular brand. I haven't used a particular brand. I've mixed and matched my brands. I always do that. I go by colour, and then that's how it works. So here you can see it's all come together, and I've just put some pops of colour into the middle of the flowers, and then I have flattened them out so they look like enamel dots. And I will always do that with a flower that's a mulberry, because it's an easy way of building that dimension and adding the right colour to the layout. Now I have these letters here. They are made out of chipboard, and they've got some gold, and they're in the colours of the layout. So I've gone with the blue ombre, the pinky peachy ombre, and a light lemony ombre with the gold. And I'm looking for my letters to come up with a title called Natural Habitat, because that is her natural habitat. That's where she thrives the most. And if she had her choice, she would live at the beach 24/7 every day of the week. She just loves it, and I understand that love as well. So I'm going to go off screen to put those down permanently, because I will glue them into place because they've lost a lot of their stickiness. And now I'm just going to make it mine. So this is where I'm adding my touches again to make it into my layout. I started with her main concept, and now I'm adding in mine just to build it to finish off my layout. And what I'm doing is using the stamp for stitching, and that's allowing me to build a frame, which I'm adding to it, which Artsy doesn't have on hers. But I wanted to add and finish off mine, because if you've been watching my videos, and please do go and check them out, I like to put a finishing touch to my edges of my layouts. So the faux stitching through the stamping there looks really rustic, and it just ties this whole layout nicely together. I'm just going to add in the date there for the date stamping, because that's important. And there you have my cluster out there to the top. I love that Vicky Burton paper. And then I have the title there, and I've got another cluster there with that circle. And you can see that this is a lumpy and bumpy layout. I'm just cleaning off the bit of paper dust there. And I just love how this came together. So you too can have a go at scrap lifting your favourites. Have a go at this one if you'd like. Stop it, have a go. I'd love to know if you're going to have a go. I'd love to know if you scrap lift. Leave me a comment down below. Here's the original. This is what I started with. This is Artsy's beautiful work, and then this is how I've taken it into my own direction. So it's just showing that you start with the main concept, you start with the key ideas, and then you just build on. So every Friday, join me here back on my channel with a new Friday Fave. What do you think? Is this an option? Do Do you think that this will be something you'd come back and watch again? Drop me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up if I've done something to inspire you to get creative this weekend. And remember, happy scrapping until next time. Don't forget to check out the next video I've got here for you. And I'll see you next Friday.